Well, welcome to the final here at the Bradford Hotel of the JLEC professional event between two of the finest IPA players around. And first of all, in his debut final, it's Andy Blurton. Andy, Friday night you were awarded the Most Improved Player of the Year award, and you're justifying that today.
I am, yeah. The form's been great this weekend. Had a great battle with Mark yesterday. He beat me 7-6, so hopefully we can have a similar match today in this one.
So what do you put the form down to? Is it just confidence, or have you been practicing more?
The form's been good coming into the tournament, so I felt good all weekend, and the results have shown it. Yeah.
And what would it mean to you to win your first IPA professional event?
Yeah, I mean everything, be a great achievement, especially first year as a pro. To win one would be superb, yeah.
But you're in for a tough battle against the pro number one.
I know, it's always tough against Mark. I have to play something special to be seen.
Okay, well played so far, Andy, and good luck in the final. Andy Blurton. And his opponent, yet again in another final, it's Mark Farnsworth. Mark, I really am running out of questions to ask you. The form just continues.
Yeah, been a pretty tough day today. Just grinded some results out. Disappointing last night getting beaten in the semi-final of the Open, but just keep battling. Hopefully do alright in the final. So
you won the professional event over in Cardiff, and now in the final again. Are you looking for a clean sweep this year?
Well, one stage at a time, but I'd be delighted. Yeah, obviously it's a tough field. Had some really hard matches. Just managed to have a bit luck at important times as well, and took a couple of good finishes out. So hopefully it continues.
And final against Andy Blurton. Have you played him in a final or major events before?
I played him yesterday in the first round of the Open. He's obviously improved loads. He's a very good player. Nice lad as well. So hopefully I can do the business. So.
Okay, well, play well in the final, Mark. Mark Farnsworth in yet another final. And then let's introduce the man in the middle. It's Scott Macmillan. Okay, well, settle back and relax. Should be a great match. Best of 15, so I'll hand you over to the commentary box.
Good afternoon again. Andrew McKee, your commentator for this match. Between two very solid professionals on the IPA tour. I think Andy Blurton there just winning the lag. Scott Macmillan, a change to our stalwart referee, Mel Harley. Scott's getting a run out. So, just going to be joined in the com box by compadre Simon Webb.
Right, how do you see this match going?
Well, I mean, I expect it to be a close game. I don't think either player will run away with this. Certainly I don't think Andy will run away with it. I don't think Mark will let him. And I think it's going to be all down to the breaks, and the key, like any final, is just that little bit of luck at the right time, and the kisses and cannons go right.
Do you think the fact that it's Andy's first professional final, it'll have an effect on the match, or on his? Do you think obviously his nerves will be up a bit more on edge? I mean, he's won a couple of amateur events and been close in the Open. I think he's made at least a quarter. He may have made a semi in the Open event as well. Yeah. But obviously this is the next step for him.
Yeah, there's a booming break there. I just think I don't think it phases Andy. He's been on the scene a long time. He's been in a lot of pressure situations. He comes from arguably one of the best pool playing areas in the country, in Stoke-on-Trent, where several talented players have come out of Stoke-on-Trent. So he's used to playing with the big boys.
Yeah. I was chatting to Neil Rayburn before the match started, and he was saying that he's been practicing with Andy a lot. Obviously, they're very good friends. And he's in the crowd watching this match as well. He said he's been practicing a lot with Andy lately, and Andy's been playing absolutely phenomenal pool, breaking massive, and yeah, it just looks razor sharp. So yeah, he thinks that it could be Andy's time.
Yeah.
He sort of also mentioned his temperament. He said nothing phases him, as you just said. He's you don't see too much emotion out of him. He's a really nice guy off the table as well.
Yeah. Well, at the quarter-final stage, I think he played Rob Donkin in the quarter-final, and me and Kev just had a quick look at the draw and both picked out who we think could go on and win this.
Yeah.
And Kev went with the outsider of Rob Donkin, and I went with Andy. So
and neither of you went with Ronan, who was the second seed in the draw.
Yeah. I'd expect Mark to win this, obviously, because he's been here and done it, but I don't think he'll get this. It won't get this easy.
That's a good shot from Andy. He can now go up the table for the tricky red at the top.
Yeah.
I think it'll be close. I think it's going to go down within a couple of frames. I think we're in for a bit of a tense battle towards the back end.
Yeah. That's just about.
Be interesting to see whether he has to do anything with the white here. If he can just drop this in and he's okay, or if he has to screw this back with much pace.
Yeah.
I think he's got to screw back but not too much. Yeah, just a fraction.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
A real nice pace to play that shot at. He could probably screw across the face of the black for the black in the same pocket, but it's probably not worth the risk, so just drop this in and take the black to the opposite corner.
Yeah, he's left himself a tricky black, but one that I expect him to make.
Just made that off the wrong side of the pocket. If he hit centre pocket, then he'd be 3 or 4 inches off the cushion. Make this black easier.
No. And there's early signs. He just left himself a bit awkward on that black, and
yeah, just finishing on that cushion just made that black missable. Didn't expect him to miss it, I have to say. But yeah,
he's not going to get many chances in this match, and chances like that he's got to be taking.
Yeah.
Do we know? I think both of the amateur.
Yeah, so I just had a look, and Mark Boyle continues his fine form. He's in the amateur final, just beaten Jason Hill, and he's playing Phil Parkin in the final.
Right, so it's not a repeat.
Unfortunately for the, I don't know for certain, but I'm just chatting with the top table team. That match will be put on one of the outside tables. We would love to bring it to you, but the scheduling just doesn't allow it, unfortunately. So
yeah,
it's a real shame, and I know a lot of you want to watch that match, but unfortunately, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So that the yellow just below the right middle pocket is his biggest problem. Mm-hmm. Do you think he'll play on it to just drop it in the middle? It's a tricky shot, but if he finished straight behind it, you'd expect him to make it, or he could play a double on it.
Yeah, it's an easy double from there.
He may drop this one in, and then he could use the yellow nearest the lowest part of the table to come and cannon it out up the table, but I just think it's overcomplicating it that he doesn't really need to.
Yeah.
If he got behind it, he wouldn't. I don't think he'd miss it. So,
in fact, he could play this one into the right centre now, leave the white where it is, play the yellow into the bottom left and use that to develop that one, just like that, and then he's going to hold for the yellow into the left centre.
Yeah, it's quite controlled. It's quite a controlled shot. You know, saw a couple of times yesterday a player had a similar situation to this, and both times they cannoned the ball thin and made the pot harder, and actually didn't make it any better.
Has it just come far enough that?
He's happy with it, so it must have come. He's just okay. That was so close to going wrong, but he's okay.
Yeah, perfect. And capitalised on Andy's early mistake there. Takes a 1-frame lead.
So, will that mistake play on Andy's mind? Mark's going to want to really punish that, and sometimes it's, a break dish now already. Andy would have he would have been, so close to going 1-0 up, and he'd be 2-0 down. So it really he could ramp up the pressure here, especially with it being Andy's first pro final.
Yeah.
A break finish here could be huge, where of course if he comes up dry and Andy gets another chance, and which he takes, and all of a sudden that first mistake's probably forgotten. So I think quite a big break. It's early in the match, but he can put some pressure on here.
Not white. Gearing towards the... is it
Last ball rolling.
Lucky.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
So Andy gets a chance to respond to his mistake from the previous frame.
Yeah, he's got to take yellows. There's a few tricky balls, but...
I think he can see the yellow second out from the pocket to play a 2-ball plant. He may... Obviously, he can see the one over the pocket, but he's not going to play that one. I think he may be able to play the yellow in the open as a plant.
Yeah, I'm just... He's looking at that ball to make a 3-ball plant.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make... It's a danger when he plays this shot that the yellow second out from the pocket could go towards the red and leave that awkward.
Yeah.
So he's taking a harder pot on because it gains better position. Yeah, he's played that nicely.
Oh, just thought he was going to flick off that red. But near the scratching. I think this ball looks the third one out from the bottom right. He could play
just
the
above
3-ball plant.
Yeah, just above the red.
Yeah, and the red will flick away.
Yeah,
from the pocket.
Yeah, that's definitely a good option.
He's looking at the other one now.
Yeah, he's looking at the yellow, onto the yellow, off the red, to some sort of four-ball combination going on here. I think he's looking at now.
Yeah. No, and he's opened it right up for reds as well.
Yeah, it couldn't have come out any worse for Andy, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's got Mark's bad ball out,
and he's finished on one of the ones at the top of the tile. Although it looks like on the screen that red he's nearest to goes to the top right, but Mark's just pulling a face like this might be quite tight. It looks like it's a big pocket, but I guess if it's a big pocket, then and he does use the red when he pots his next shot, he's going to nudge the red away from the pocket, and he's not going to be on good next ball. Yeah. Maybe that's what he's thinking. He wants to pot this clean and not use the red.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. Oh, he's used it. He's purposely used it more.
Yeah.
so that it came out his way. It was good shot. That. If he'd just played that along the top rail and it had flicked the red, that red would have just gone down the rail.
Yeah.
So he's played it in such a way that the red's come
Back
on
out,
and off the
yeah.
cushion. That was actually really well controlled.
That's, just think he'll try and come back down the table here for this one nearest to the bottom left.
Yeah.
Try and go
That's
on.
certainly the awkward part of the table for him, isn't it? So
He's giving himself options here. He can just stun that one into the top left now. And,
yeah, camera 2 shows that those two balls are fairly straight for a plant, or probably shows he can come down low and pop the one nearest the pocket first if he wanted to. So it's which way he sees it with those two at the bottom, but they're not too bad there.
yeah.
So he's got the red nearest the yellow, which it looks like he might take next. Get that one out of the way, and then come back down to the area of the table we were just looking at. Yeah, so he's...
Yeah, he might even choose to stun this and
Cannon the yellow.
yeah.
So take the highest red and cannon the yellow that's sort of just below it, below the second red in the triangle. Leave himself a plant.
Wants to hit it full, doesn't he? You know, he doesn't want to glance off it either side. He's got to be a full contact.
Of course, he doesn't have to play that cannon. He could go through and go beyond it.
Oh, has he?
I think he may have to play a little swerve shot now.
Yeah.
He didn't want that cannon.
No, not at all. It was a pretty poor shot, really, from Mark's standards. Yeah, I think he wanted to come.
I think if he has to swerve this, then it takes all the control of the position away, and he's not guaranteed to be on his next ball.
Yeah.
So he's got a real problem here. If he can pot it clean without swerving it, it's okay,
Yeah.
because he can just drop it in. But he's having to swerve this. He needs to sort of swerve it and screw it as well, which makes this tough.
Yeah, well, there's nothing really could, like you say, his white was guaranteed to run away there, so
Yeah.
and it was really tough for him to. A few rolls further, he'd have had the red to the bottom left, but yeah, now he's snookered himself. The amateur final between Mark Boyle and Phil Parkin, I think it's underway.
That was a great shot from Mark. He's played an absolute gem there to get himself back in perfect shape, and that will be a bit of a heartbreaking shot for Andy. He thought he was going to get back to the table in this frame.
Yeah. Yeah, the Houdini trick that was. And screws in between the balls. Powers of recovery of these top professionals really are outstanding.
So he managed to get himself out of jail and really punish Andy, who's now made a mistake in both frames. Both cost him the frame. I'm not sure the amateur final's quite kicked off yet.
No, I've just
discussed
yeah.
it. I'm just going to pop to the top table and just double check that what's happening with that.
Okay. Yeah. Not sure whether. I don't think they'll be waiting for this match to finish to come on the stream table. So, Andy to break using the traditional white in the middle, plenty of power. made a ball. Plenty of those cheese and bacon oat cakes in them arms. Stoke-on-Trent delicacy.
So I can confirm that unfortunately we will not be able to bring you the amateur final. They'll be getting underway on the outside table shortly.
Yeah.
So was that, I just missed the break, was that a great break from Andy?
Yeah,
this
well,
is the chance off it.
Yeah, he made a ball, chose to take, made a red, chose to take yellows. Only the black really of any significant problem. But he's got balls close to it to develop it, so.
Yeah, the question is, when does he develop it, and what's he going to play on when he develops it? Does he leave it till last? And
yeah, it's certainly going to be one of his penultimate balls, because he's going to take these two at the top of the table now. So he's only going to have 3 balls left.
I wonder if he can get himself low on the yellow nearest the black in the centre of the table. He could pot it into the right middle, cannon the red above it, and that in turn will go into the little cluster. You only got to pop the black out a fraction.
Yeah.
And he should stay on either the yellow to the left middle or the yellow to the bottom right. But he looks a little straight on this. If he's straight, he's got a real problem.
Yeah. Yeah, any angle would have been fine. But
yeah, he's tricky here, because even if he was to screw on and off the cushion, that red that's he's going to be queuing over is in the way as well. So
if he's got any sort of angle where he can screw off the cushion, he could even develop the black in this shot. Just like you say, it's if he can avoid that red. He's choosing to go another way now, so that tells us he's absolutely straight on.
I wonder if this will develop the black by taking this shot now, though. It does. It would have done.
Dear. And it's just not happening for Andy in the early stages of this match.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Andy. Just finished straight and left himself a really tough shot. Had he made it, it opened the black up, but unfortunately an absolute disaster in terms of not just missing the pot but also fouling. Now Mark's he's just going to pop this red out with his free shot, and then he's got a fairly open run to the black in this frame.
Yeah.
He'll have the red down the right rail, up the right rail to negotiate, but he's going to be perfect on it because of the red nearest the right middle. So fully expect him to have no issues with that shot.
Yeah.
I wonder, the red above the black, does it pass to the right middle? And if not, then he may choose to play that red as a plant onto the other red over the middle. In which case, if it could go wrong in terms of that red could slide low and towards that yellow. He actually has an angle now where he could little screw into that cluster if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's chosen to come on the bottom side of this.
Yeah, that would suggest that top red does go into the right middle. But it looks incredibly tight from our angle.
Yeah, so like you say, it must go. Just wants to.
Yeah. It depends on the angle. He may have to play a little cannon, a little nudge here to get onto the next red. That's not ideal for him. There's a bit of pressure on this one now. He was hoping to nudge it straighter to the corner.
Yeah, this white naturally is going to be kicking that black over towards the middle bag, so even if it did drop, it wouldn't be a disaster because it obviously win the frame. But just like that.
Well played.
So, warning signs out for Andy Blurton here.
Yeah. Three frames, and he's had 3 chances, and each chance seemed to get harder and harder, possibly because of how the first one went, maybe.
Yeah.
Mark's played a couple of really good shots from tricky positions to take out those finishes, but those finishes you expect Mark to make. He's so consistent at. It is a race to 8, so there's time for Andy, but just because it's his first pro final and he's playing Mark, he needs to sort of get going very soon.
Yeah.
It's a good break from Mark.
It's a great break.
We commentated together on his previous match, and he didn't hit any of his breaks anywhere near as well as that one. That was as good a break as he's hit today, since I've been watching anyway.
Yeah, Reds look relatively straightforward here.
Yeah, the black looks tied up, but it's not. That yellow doesn't cause a problem. Camera 2 shows that you can see the black does go into the middle, so that won't cause him any problems.
Yeah.
So he has taken red, so we can go back to camera 1. And even the red on the rail is a big pocket for him, as it will plant down.
Yeah.
Probably look to get rid of the red on the right hand side after this one in the middle, and then come across to the left hand side.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's lining himself up to take this one, then the red in the middle, and then he'll look to get on the plant. So he's just got to be careful when he plays the plant that the red doesn't flick away from the pocket and go awkward. It shouldn't, but just got to be careful.
Yeah, I always like to, instead of getting right behind the plant, just leaving a bit of an angle so it brings your white off the cushion.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, if he got straight on the plant, then it could go wrong. But if he leaves angle, then and the pace he's going to be playing it at,
yeah, just like that.
it would even if it did go away from the pocket, he'd still have a shot at it.
He could even use that yellow as a stopper, which he didn't choose to do. I think there's plenty of room for the white to go past the yellow.
So he's looking at the black. Camera 3 shows that the black actually goes into the bottom right as well, so he'll play up for it in that pocket now.
Didn't really need to play on that. It was just the way, I think, where the red was situated.
So it's a great break, and he's made very, very light work of that.
Yeah.
All that finish all built around a very big break. So it's very quickly 4-0, and time for Andy to. Andy's got a great break. And he needs a big break now, and a good opportunity.
Yeah. Well, he's made he's made balls off both his own breaks, but Well, yeah, he's not capitalised on them, so. And Mark has cleaned up on both Andy's mistakes, so he can't afford to lose any more now. Yeah, I was saying before, he's got a traditional sort of break, straight down the middle, plenty of power.
Yeah, that's massive. That's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
He's going to be unlucky. No, that's okay. That's okay. I thought he was going to finish on nothing, but he has got some options on reds.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd want yellows, even if he could see yellow anyway, because of the yellow at the bottom of the table. So he wants reds here.
Yeah, whether Andy wins this match or not, it's been a great achievement to even get to this final. And I know he won't be too disheartened. Nobody likes losing in a final, obviously, but you know, in his first year as a pro, and his second event as a pro. Or should I say second pro event? Yeah. I see what he's doing. He's
yeah, take the one to the bottom right now and
yeah.
play on the right middle in the top right corner and leave the one nearest the black till last.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great effort for Andy to make this final. He won't want to lose it, and he won't have given up yet. But great achievement, first year as a professional.
A solid strike.
But it's one of those. It's not a surprise. He's certainly just building on what he did as an amateur over the last few years.
That's right.
He could have turned pro a few times over the last few years, but he waited, and now he's won a couple of amateur events. He's made the step up.
Yeah. These are those type of shots you don't want a bad contact. You want, a nice clean contact to run through for the.
Yeah, he's going to leave himself a little. He can't get too close to the red. He just needs to get past the black, so close to the top rail.
No, he's not enjoying himself. He has as well. You can tell by his expression there.
That's incredible. He's knuckled himself. It really isn't happening for Andy here. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah. The only shot I can see is playing off the other knuckle. The knuckle he's closest to, unless he can.
He hasn't called total, but so maybe he can see it, but he can't pot it.
Oh, it's a good effort. But if you look at what he's left.
Yeah, that's incredibly unlucky.
I think the shot before, the one he played into the middle, he just stunned back. But if he'd have brought that back another inch, and the angle would have eliminated that possibility. Easy saying in hindsight, but certainly unlucky.
It's a good pot from Mark, but he's not finished ideally. He's okay though. He's got the yellow in the middle of the table. Yeah, you're right. I think Andy just wanted that fraction. If he'd had another inch of angle, he would have got to be able to play that off top and side cushion, side and top cushion, and got closer to the red, and the knuckle wouldn't have been in play. But even so, I think that's really unlucky to finish there. So we said a couple of frames ago where Mark played to nudge a ball out when he could have played on it. It could have made it worse, and this time it has made it worse.
Yeah. He doesn't have to. If he plays at the one up into the top right now, he doesn't have to do a lot with the white to take the one down to the bottom
and leave the one he's nearest to as his last ball.
Yeah.
Into left middle. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he's gonna play this one first. I think the only reason he did that is because the yellow nearest to the black offers him an easier position to get on the black, because he can stun across. But he's
he needs to pot this in a fairly. He's just a nice comfortable pace, and the white's just going to bump on and off the cushion, so he can just put everything into the pot. Not worry too much about the white here.
No,
he's missed it by quite a big distance for Mark.
Yeah,
that was a tough shot. So I expected him to get it, but it was a tough shot.
So Andy will be relieved to get one on the board. Yeah, I just think the way Mark went about, I thought he just went the wrong way about those three.
Yeah, I quite like the. It depends on the angle he had on the one at the top, but it looked like he had the right angle to be able to pop that one at the top first, and sort of screw down close to the one on the rail, and you would have had an angle to get on the black from the one in the middle of the table. He saw it differently, and I still expected him to make that pot. Whichever way he went, he would have had to make the ball down the rail, which is what he missed. So
yeah, the one down the rail, his hand was in between two balls, and he just had to turn his bridge hand slightly, just because the ball he was closest to forced him to do that. So it just wasn't. His bridge hand wasn't 100% comfortable on the shot, but.
Yeah. Nice. Another big break from Mark. He's hit those well as well. The last couple of breaks have been very, very good. And he's got some options here.
Yeah.
Make a case for both colour sets. I'm suggesting yellows, but whenever I do that, I normally go the other way and go reds.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think yellows there's no problems for yellows. The yellow nearest the black goes to the top right, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, Mark is looking at reds, so I think. It depends on the red nearest the black, how easily that goes, I think. And the red just below the yellow in the middle of the table.
Yeah,
does that go to the right middle?
Yeah, he's taking reds.
That would suggest that the red in the middle of the table does go to the right middle, because he can drop this in and play on that into the right middle, and then he may even have a choice to play a cannon or play on the red nearest the black, but probably a cannon. Almost into the black would work nicely.
Yeah, into the black would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Maybe a little bit straight to play a cannon. He might have to punch it, but it depends. That red may go from the right angle as well, so it's all about that red below the black at the moment.
Have we got underway in the amateur final yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, and we'll bring you some scores on that very shortly.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It looks straight on this red. So, and it doesn't look... It's difficult to see what he's... I wonder whether he was trying to go up a little bit further so he could pop this and just rest into the black. Potentially. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can he play on the red without moving it? It's difficult to see. Oh, he could.
Has he come back far enough? Yeah, looks like he has.
That's a nicely controlled shot. There wasn't much margin for error there.
Yeah, it's a good finish. He's worked his way around those that tricky spot though.
Yeah.
Take a 5-1 lead.
So just as Andy gets into the match with a frame, sort of almost handed to him by Mark as well. Mark responds by break finishing, and Andy has to sit and watch. So it's still feel like a long way back for Andy here.
Yeah, because Mark's going to have several breaks of his own. He's quite capable of making break finish on every time he breaks, so Andy really is up against it now.
Yeah, but first he can only win one frame at a time. So first of all, he's got to win a big break here, make a ball, and then get to work. He is breaking well so far in the match. Oh, another crunching break! Wow,
His ball's stuck in that top pocket there. You can see.
Huge break. He's made 4 balls there. Yeah. 4 balls, but he's finished awkward. He's finished horrible, to be honest. I wonder if he could play a 3-ball plant across the top of the table. If he can't, then he's got a problem.
He's unfortunate there.
Yeah. What's he got if the 3-ball plant at the top doesn't go? He's got a long pot on the yellow from tight on the rail. If he took the long pot on and made it, he would have a good chance because
it's coming down for the yellow, I think.
Yeah, so it's a tough ball that. He's certainly, I think, given some consideration to the 3-ball plant here, but I think yellow, the long pot on the yellow might be the option.
Yeah, I think I know Andy's got a pretty good snooker pedigree, so these long balls are a lot easier for a snooker player. Keep your head still. Yeah,
it's a great shot.
Really good shot. Does that yellow go through the black and yellow up to the top?
That's a good question. I believe he would have been playing on it into the left middle.
Yeah.
I think he made that pot off the thin side, which is why the whites come just that extra distance off the cushion.
Yeah.
So if he takes the pot into the middle, he's going up into the... He's going to be cannoning balls at the top of the table, which takes some control away from the shot. He's taking the one at the top of the table.
Off the red? Yeah,
great shot.
No, he's just pushed that one.
Again, he's been unfortunate there for that red to come out and cannon the yellow awkward. The biggest problem he's got is if he's finished straight on this one at the top of the table.
Yeah, he's going to have to put plenty of power in this, I think, and try and release the white and the yellow.
Oh, that's a great shot. Brilliant
really
shot.
Good shot. And with this, he can float back down to the bottom of the table with a bit trace of right hand side and finish up on this one on the bottom rail.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got the opportunity to do that. I think just needs to avoid the red. Don't want to get that cannon.
No, he
chose to play on the one in the middle of the table first, which is
Sensible.
Which is fine. So, of course, it also brought in the possibility of a bad angle by going this way. It's I don't think it's ideal, but I think he's okay just to play this and top this one through. Yeah, had to punch it just to widen the angle a fraction, but played that really well, and he's absolutely perfect now. He just has to pop this and bounce the white through.
Just when this frame finishes, I'll just go and get you a quick update on the amateur final by the Android. Mark Boyle versus Phil Parkin. Good finish this from Andy. Good response.
Yeah, it was a brilliant finish from Andy. There was a lot of pressure on him there, and hit a big break and probably deserved to be better than he was, but he's worked it out, and great finish. Just letting Mark know that he's still in this match. Just had an update that Mark Boyle is currently 3-2 up on Phil Parkin in the amateur final. So, last two breaks from Mark have been really big breaks, and he was able to run them out for break finishes. Can he keep that going? Yeah, another big break as well. He's hitting the break really well in this match. So he's got a good chance here on reds. The black does go to the bottom left, so that's not a problem, and it goes to the right middle as well, so the black isn't an issue. I know it's looks a little tied up. Just wonder if he's looking to play a plant on the two reds to the top right. He's just got to be careful where the ball he's playing, the first red he hits, goes. He needs that to move away from the yellow so that he can still pot it. So that's probably the only thing that can really go wrong at this stage. Of course, he may be able to drop the red into the top left and play on the one nearest the pocket. If he can come out and around the yellow without cannoning it, then that's absolutely fine as well. But looks like he's going to play the plant. Yeah, and as I said, that red is the only hope really. That's the only thing that could really go wrong for Mark. So fortunately for him, he does have an angle now that he can go back across for it. He can probably screw straight across, or more than likely use the top cushion. He'd love to cannon the yellow and not the red here. Just like that, brilliant shot, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, a little tap on the leg from Andy, showing his appreciation for that shot. You could leave that white in the same line as he is now, because you can screw that or stun that red into the bottom left.
He's looking at just leaving the white not far away from it where it is now and leaving a longer red. But he does have the option to screw down for it in the middle if he wants to. And as we said at the start of the frame, the black does go to the bottom left, also goes to the right middle, so stun across and somewhere near the yellow on the side rail. He'll just try and stun this in, and if he cannon that yellow full in the face, it would be absolutely fine. The only thing that could go wrong really is if he cannoned it full and it went on and off the cushion in front of the white, but you'd be really unlucky for that to happen.
Yeah. I've seen these glance in off the... Yeah, he's probably controlled it well.
Yeah.
But White's running away towards the middle bag now, so
just caught that cannon a fraction on the thin side, making this black missable now, but fully expect him to make it. I think the white's fairly controllable, it's not going anywhere near a pocket, so he can just cue this one in.
Yeah, he's just digging in.
Maybe it is going near the middle pocket then, because he is digging in just to widen the angle.
Shot.
Great shot from Mark.
Yeah, keeps his advantage.
So that's 3 break finishes on the trot from Mark. He's really punishing those early mistakes from Andy.
Yeah. Have we got the score caption along the bottom of the screen anyway?
Will be in a second. There we go.
Okay. Well, that's...
Frame and he's learned to break. Learning by 6 frames to 2. Time run.
Sorry about that, we just had the wrong score up there for a second, but yeah, it is actually 6-2 to Mark. He's had some bad form in this match. He's made a couple of mistakes in the first couple of frames, but he's also had a couple of really bad nudges.
Look at those reds.
And this frame is wide open for Mark. He doesn't even need the free shot if he's going to use it, but yeah. He hit that break really well as it kept the white in the middle of the table and it just got kicked straight into the corner. I always feel really hard done by when that happens.
Yeah, I think he'll put a yellow and take reds. Absolutely no dangers whatsoever. It's a great break as well.
It's really hard to see how Mark could make a mistake here.
Did he screw straight into the top?
No, he kept the white in the middle of the table and it got kicked straight in. He kept it right in the middle of the table.
So unlucky.
It was very, very unlucky. Hit that break brilliantly. And had the white stayed on the table, it would be him making this with this opportunity. I suspect he wanted to come a few inches more on that previous shot. Still okay, but would have liked to have been higher so we could get a little bit closer to this red.
I think he screws on and off the cushion.
Yeah.
It's just his hands a little bit hampered here. With the cushion should be okay.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of angle on this red. And he may be able to just hold it. He may decide to
screw to the other.
Yeah, punch off the cushion.
Yeah. I think he might play the black into the opposite centre, to be honest. Yeah.
Really unlucky break from Andy and punished
yet again
by Mark, and he takes him to the hill.
Yeah, and I can't see.
And it's his break, and he has finished his last 3 breaks. So, and he may have played his last shot in this match.
Yeah, well, the writing was on the wall for Andy when I tipped him. I have that effect. Horses, football, whatever.
Yeah. So, can Mark continue his streak and win the title with this visit?
No.
He's got a white in this time.
He was doing that in the...
Yeah, he was threatening to do that all the way through the previous match, so finally managed it in this one. So any comeback needs to start here for Andy. It's a bit more work than Mark had with his chance of a scratch break on the last frame. He needs to be slightly clever with his first shot. Just those 2 yellows and a red that are in a line at the bottom of the table. Just needs to decide how he wants to go about those 3, whichever colour set. And I imagine he wants reds, so he wants to develop that red somehow.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily need to develop that red because it does go to the bottom right once the other red is out the way.
Oh, that's not come out brilliant.
Yeah, it's actually made the finish harder, that shot, than if that yellow had stopped a fraction sooner, it would have been okay, but yeah, it just makes life a little tricky. I think camera 3 shows that I'm not sure. He's looking to see if he can pop that red now. It wouldn't matter if he just flicked yellow first because it's still an open table, but certainly from his camera angle it doesn't look like it's on.
30 seconds.
So he's chosen to go another way. We go back to camera 1.
Yeah, that's the one that is slightly hampered on the near the left centre. It's quite an easy double, so
Yeah.
if he can't manage to break it out, then I'm sure he'll be able to land on it. But it's the black goes to the bottom left. If we look on,
It's tight. Camera 2 shows that it's. It would have shown.
yeah. So Andy got
yeah.
it.
So I don't think you'd want to play for it. It looks tight.
Yeah, it does. It does go.
So there's plenty of work here.
Flicked it out.
It's a good shot. Really good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's opened up his biggest problem.
He can flick the black out now.
And he stayed on gone onto the red at the bottom, so that's come out really well for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could stun up and hit the black if he wanted to. Just got to be careful playing that shot that he plays it with enough pace that the white just goes up as well. He doesn't want to play it softly, I don't think. Kind of the yellow, which is even better.
Yeah.
Even better, get the yellow out of the way. Black now goes to the bottom right. And he keeps himself as much more controllable than cannoning the black. It looks like he's got just enough angle that he could punch this in or screw this in past the yellows for the red into the left middle if he wants to. Something like that. Wants a little bounce, Didn't reach the cushion. So he's got a lot more angle than he wants now.
He's got to really just drop this in.
Yeah.
With no weight whatsoever.
The red nearest Oh, he's held that really well. I was going to say the red nearest the yellow might go to the bottom left, but it looked tight. So he held that really well.
And you can just doesn't have to worry about the position on this shot. Just make sure the pot, naturally the white's going to just drift over to give him a shot on the black.
Controlled that nicely. Middle pocket would have been in play if he don't miss hit that slightly, but he still left himself slightly hampered. Shouldn't be a problem, but just adds to the difficulty of the black.
Yeah, very assured finish there.
Yeah, so he responded to Mark finishing his scratch break by finishing Mark's scratch break that time.
Just going to get a result from the amateur final.
The way Andy's hit the break in this match, apart from the one where he got kicked in off, he's given himself a really good opportunity at every break. So it's his break now. If he gets the match to 7-4, Mark can start to see him in his rearview mirror. So, it's a long shot, but all he can do is keep putting the pressure on.
Yeah, I don't think.
So Andy's just got confused with the break. He thought it was Mark's break, but no, it is definitely Andy's break.
Yeah.
Another really well hit break from Andy.
Yeah, he's certainly been breaking it.
Yeah.
Just get a quick update on the amateur final. Mark Boyle leading 4 frames to 3 against Phil Parkin. It was 4-2, I think. I've just watched Phil just take out a nice little finish to make it 4-3. So
he's got a chance to do the double that he didn't manage to do in Cardiff.
Yeah,
but that would be it's 4 finals on the trot for Mark.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely incredible achievement. Win or lose that final, it's an incredible thing.
Yeah,
has the opportunity to win 3 out of the first 4 events. 2 amateurs, 2 opens, and an amateur and an amateur. Runner-up.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
It is, really.
So, great chance on reds here for Andy. It really is a shame for him on those first couple of frames that he had chances and just made slight errors. Because
that's gone
just
awkward.
Just gone awkward. Because that really has been the difference in the match, to be honest. Even if he'd only made, if he'd made that first black,
yeah.
if everything else had stayed the same, it would still be 6-4 instead of 7-3.
Yeah.
And he had good chances in the first couple, and small mistakes, but. So is he looking to just tie the game up here?
I think he's got no option. I think he's got to. He's not played a great safety there either.
Yeah, he didn't want to leave Mark a shot at any of the yellows at the top end of the table. But he equally had to be careful not to leave him a good chance on the yellow at the bottom rail. So just got the double kiss, and it's not an easy shot for Mark there. Don't think you can see enough of the one on the rail to take that one on, and it would be a very tough pot anyway.
I think the fact that he's 7-3 up in this match gives him a bit of licence to go for this pot. I think if it was closer in the scoreline,
Oh, it's a great shot.
Great shot. I think if it had been closer in the scoreline, he wouldn't take that. He'd be looking to make it safe, but he's got a nice 4-frame cushion, and he's got a chance to win the match at this visit. So
yeah, he's just got. It's not. There's problems here. There's not a straight run to the line. To be honest, it's the black above the yellow above the black probably doesn't come to the bottom right, so he's got to take it to the left middle.
Yeah, I think he can screw back now,
which he'll do now.
Yeah.
So he'll screw back now for the one at the bottom, and then he'll look to get on the one into the left rail, on the left rail next. After that, if he gets good position on that, then he should be fine. So a couple of good positional shots required now.
That's perfect. Just rollers and doesn't have to do anything with the white. Naturally going to float up towards that last awkward yellow. Ideally, you would like to be dead straight on it. Maybe a foot behind it.
Yeah, he won't mind having a little bit of angle. It's high enough up above the middle pocket that he can just use the cushion. He wants to put white to pull up. Needs the white to pull up. Oh.
When I said straight behind it.
Yeah. I think.
Wow. That
really surprised him. He's overhit that by about a foot.
Yeah, the line was perfect. It was just the pace.
I think he can see enough of the yellow and open play to pot it, because he's sort of lining up the path of the white.
Yeah.
So he's going to come around 2 cushions here. Needs to avoid the reds. He's overhit it, but he's got the double.
Perfect for the double.
Or he may have played on the double, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. If he underhits it, he's got a shot to the top left hand, so he's overhit it, and he's got the perfect. I can't see him missing this, to be honest. This is exactly where you'd want your white to be if you were playing this double. Just like that. And this black.
So this black for the trophy.
And back to back. Pro tournament winner. Unbelievable achievement. Yeah, and there he goes.
Well played, Mark Farnsworth. And well played, Andy Blurton. It's a fantastic achievement to make the first final. We will hand over to our presentation party of Kevin Barton.
The multitasker. And we'll see if we can switch one of the cameras around to the table over there on just after this presentation.
Okay, well, welcome to the presentation ceremony for the JLEC British Professional Champion. And first of all, another great IPA final, so a round of applause for both players. He's had a great achievement getting to the final, unfortunately just came up slightly short. It's Andy Blurton. Andy, never really got into the match at the start.
No, it's so tough because he punishes every mistake, and I've missed a tricky black first frame, and then second frame he's potted out of a snooker, and then the match just got away from me after that. Really, went 4-0 down, and I was always struggling then to get back because he's just such a tough player.
Do you think that black in the first frame along the rail, do you think that was probably the turning point of the match actually at the start?
Well, you need a good start against Mark to keep the pressure on because he's such a good front runner. So yeah, it was a big shot as it turned out. Yeah.
Obviously disappointed, but overall pleased with your performance this weekend.
Great weekend, Kev. Yeah. So chuffed to get to the final. Yeah.
Yeah. So Newcastle maybe one step further.
Yeah, you never know, mate. Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Okay, well, Andy, well played. You're the runner-up of the J Lake British Open. Well played. Well played. Andy Blurton. But the winner, it's that man again. It's Mark Farnsworth. So your trophy cabinet at home, just tell us how big it is.
They're all in the garage.
A great performance, clinical, and again, just confirming that you are the #1 professional in the world.
Got off to really good. Obviously, Andy missed the black in the first frame, and then I got off to I went 4-0 in front. Then I threw my arm at one down the rail. Obviously, short race. If you get off to a good start, it gives you in a good position for the match. But obviously, delighted with the win. Been a tough weekend. I felt I've played okay and well in spells, but grounded some really good results out. So over the moon.
So second title of the season already. We're only into the second tour. What's the sort of aims and ambitions for the rest of the year?
I'm just saving up, hoping I'll get a phone call from Scotland at some time. If they've got any bottle.
Right. Okay. Next stop, you're close to your home patch, Newcastle. Sounding like it's going to be a big event up there.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few going to come over and watch, so it should be. I'm not too keen on playing St James's Park myself, being a Mackham, but I think it'll be a great event. Yeah.
Okay, well played again, Mark. You are the British professional champion. Well done. Mark Farnsworth. Well done, mate. So another great performance from the #1 pro, Mark Farnsworth. He takes home yet another title. Can anyone stop him in the pro ranks? Well, we'll just have to wait until the next event in Newcastle in 5 weeks' time to see another event unfold. So hope you've enjoyed the action this weekend. It's been great, and we'll join you again soon up at Newcastle. So see you soon.